This is the storm that prompted that warning. And again, this is Aliceville. Let's look at the velocity. A lot of times when you look at the reflectivity, you begin to lose this, and this might be in the process of changing storm structure. But the velocity will tell more of the story. And again, you can see the velocity cut, but it's not especially tight like we saw earlier, but still, based on the history of the storm and based on the atmospheric conditions we have today, you've got to have a healthy respect for all of these warnings. And this is moving northeast. And this warning does include western and northern Tuscaloosa County. It does not include the city of Tuscaloosa or the campus of the University of Alabama. This is still 30 miles west of Tuscaloosa. But again, this will be moving, we think, north of the city of Tuscaloosa. And again, this more than likely could offer, and again, right back in here, seems like the greatest potential is maybe back in that southwestern flank, still across the Mississippi state line. But clearly, this is moving up in this direction like this. This is Aliceville. That's Alabama Highway 17. That's the main north-south highway. This is the Sumter County line. Down below that, you've got Geiger that was hit back on April 15th by an EF3 tornado. But that will be moving northeast about like that. So everybody between Aliceville, Carrollton, Pickensville, you need to be in a safe place right now from this dangerous storm that is crossing the state line out of Mississippi. So that's storm, the southernmost storm. Now let's go up the line. We'll go back to our middle storm, the one that is coming into Lamar County from eastern Mississippi. Yeah, we're getting a lot of reports of damage from this Coleman thing.
And just got a call from Bob Cuz, who said they were able to see the tornado from Holly Pond, and it's still on the ground in Marshall County, and they can still see it. It's like 10 miles away from Holly Pond, and it is massive. So if you're in Marshall County, Oleander, Arab, I know it's not in our television market, but some folks are watching on the live stream and listening and getting messages sent to them. So if you've got family that live in Guntersville, tell them to take cover immediately. There is a large, violent tornado moving up from Scant City, from near the Arab Guntersville Hospital. I believe it's called Marshall Medical North now, of Highway 69 toward Guntersville. Call them, let them know that that's happening. Then the other tornado is near Hackleburg. If you're in Hackleburg, you need to be in a safe place now. Same thing up around Phil Campbell. And if power is out in Phil Campbell, and you know that folks are there, and we keep repeating ourselves with this, but it's a very serious situation because we had so much damage earlier. So many folks are without power and without an ability to get a warning because our weather radio tower up in northwest Alabama has been compromised. There may be some folks who just don't know who normally would, so call them anyway. In this case, it's a cliche, but better to be safe than sorry. Let them know that something's coming their way. James?
Okay, and again, we're getting more images, and this is going to be a day where we're going to get a lot of pictures of severe weather. And again, I'm in the process of loading up a shot near Hackleburg, and we'll show you this here in just a moment. But the storm that is in northern Marion County, that is in the process of exiting Marion County and moving up into Franklin and Lawrence counties. So again, at this point, that northernmost storm, the one you see right here, that is exiting our service territory. So let's focus on this new one, Jason, that is coming into Lamar County. This is a storm that, in all of the storms today, could easily drop a large, dangerous tornado. This is the kind of stuff where we really ask you to pay attention. I know a lot of times people pop popcorn and they play the games and stuff when we're doing the live coverage, but if you kind of focus in on this, and again, you can see right here, very strong indication of what could be a tornado crossing Highway 17 right now, north of Sulligent and south of Detroit, and that's moving northeast. And again, that more than likely will take this potential tornado down to the south of Hamilton. And depending on its net motion, it could be fairly close to Guin. So again, Jason, in just a moment here, we're going to want to look at that Guin Skycam, which could provide a pretty significant look at this particular storm. That's the Guin Skycam, and again, look at the numbers there. The temperature's 83 and the dew point is 72 for an Alabama day. That is pretty remarkable. Okay, and while we're looking at this, we got Christy from the Coleman County EMA. Christy, again, we watched a dramatic tornado cross over downtown Coleman, and obviously a lot of concerned relatives and folks. What can you tell us about the damage in Coleman? And maybe if our guys in the back can roll some of the video of the tornadoes that come through, that would be good.
All I can tell you right now is we took a direct hit here in downtown Coleman. We have reports out in the county of some houses damaged. As far as anybody trapped or anything of that nature, we have not had any reports. We're just we're trying to get crews to these locations and things like that. So at this time, I don't have a lot of information other than we did have a direct hit here in downtown, and it continued into the county.
What is it like in downtown Coleman? As I recall, you were not in the courthouse building. You were a few blocks away. What does it look like in downtown Coleman right now?
I have not had the opportunity to look downtown. I did see the tornado come through downtown myself, and it had a lot of heavy debris in it. We have been told that there's been a hit to the courthouse, the Chamber of Commerce, which is half a block up from that, and the church across the street. But as far as what type of damage they received and things like that, we're not sure yet. We're getting crews there. We have staging areas set up for the personnel and things like that. So we're just now starting to get our boots on the ground and find out information.
And I know that the information is limited. Do you know of anybody that was injured? Because this is the kind of tornado that can totally flatten a home. Do you know of any injuries coming into the hospital out of the Coleman Regional Medical Center?
Not that we've been made aware of, but like I said, we're just now starting to, because we lost power and communications for a brief period here in the city. So as far as we know, not yet, but that still may be to come. There's no confirmation on anything of that nature.
Okay, well, thank you. And if you get any additional information, please pass it on. And thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Not a problem. Thank you.
All right. So again, we're going back to the radar. Let's put on the reflectivity. This is the velocity. We've been looking at that for a while. We're going to switch from that to the reflectivity product. And again, we'll look at the storm structure. This is a severe storm that could produce a large tornado that is over northern Lamar County. Now, let's clearly point out the storm that was near Hackleburg has exited Marion County. So that storm is up in Lawrence County and is no longer a threat. And again, this is a look at the storm that is coming into Lamar County. And again, it seems like, based on the structure, the greatest circulation potential could be near Detroit. And again, that is moving northeast like this. And again, that it might be more close to Hamilton than Ewen. Traditionally, storms on a day like today that come through Sulligent wind up going through Ewen, and the storms that come through Detroit are a little closer to Hamilton. So I know that Hamilton, you've already been in your tornado safe place once within the hour. We are going to ask you to go a second time into your safe place. And in addition, we're talking people in Ewen and Winfield as well. But by nature of the threat today, our areas we call out will be a little wider than normal, simply because this is such a dangerous situation. So again, this is a possible tornado near Detroit in northern Lamar County. That's Alabama Highway 17 moving northeast. And again, that's going to be crossing Interstate 22 right here, US 78. So we advise no travel on Corridor X. And for people that are watching this that are new, we call this road different names. It will be Interstate 22 soon, but for the moment, it is technically US 78 or Corridor X on the Appalachian Highway project. It's the main 4-lane from Birmingham to Memphis, but nobody should be driving between Winfield and Hamilton for about the next 30 minutes. We have had multiple vehicles turned over today in those storms this morning, and we don't want to see a repeat of that this afternoon. And these storms are much more violent than the storms we had this morning, as bad as they were. We had 5 people killed in the state this morning, and these storms are more violent with the potential for large tornadoes. So again, that's a tornado warning for northern Lamar. This is well north of Sulligent, well north of Vernon, way north of Millport and Kennedy. This is for the far northern part of Lamar County and the southern and western parts of Marion County. And again, it looks like this one might be pretty close to Hamilton. And let's go down to our Pickens County storm. And let me show you a picture off the internet. This is from a viewer that snapped the shot. That's the storm that came through Hackleburg a few minutes ago. And again, it has a well-defined wall cloud, and there could be a tornado down. If you look real carefully on that tree line, you'll see that there could be an extension, and that might be a tornado down. And again, that storm is now up in Lawrence County in the Tennessee Valley. And of course, once they get out of our television market, we hand those off to Huntsville. But I just wanted to show you that. So let's go back to the radar. And now the 2 storms we are actively working, it is the Pickens County storm, which is this one. And this has prompted a warning for parts of Tuscaloosa County, but more than likely, the greatest potential of circulation is still near the state line at this point. We do have John Brown, who is out in that. But let's take John's live stream. And we got a report that Fairview School has damage, Jason. This is from the Coleman County tornado. And this will be a day with multiple reports of damage and tornadoes. And again, we will be sorting them out as clearly as we can, but timing will be important as well, because we had the big issue this morning. And I'm telling you, after this next wave comes through this afternoon and tonight, it might be hard, telling the difference between the damage from this morning and the damage this afternoon. The damage this morning was primarily straight line winds with embedded tornadoes. This stuff today is going to be tornadoes. And again, another late report, a tornado was moving through downtown Hackleburg. That's the one that's up in Lawrence County now. But John, they are down in the Pickens County storm. And I still don't have an exact location of where these guys are. But again, Jason, maybe you can find out. John is with Mike Wilhelm today. And again, he is on that southern storm. And we're going to be watching his stream very carefully, but that is a storm that has prompted a warning for Tuscaloosa County. We'll go back to the radar, and again, this is a strong rotation right back in through here that is near Pickensville, moving northeast. So again, more and more as we look at this, I think we can clearly determine that the greatest danger is north of Aliceville. However, I'm not ready to give Aliceville an all clear. Everybody from the community of Memphis, Alabama, and Aliceville in Pickens County, north, all the way to US 82 ought to be in your tornado safe place, especially Pickensville back over to Carrollton. This is the county seat. This is the face in the courthouse window that never goes away. Many people recall that. That is Alabama Highway 17 going up to Reform, and then you got Gordo over here. And we'll see. The trajectory of the storms today seem to be more northeast. I have not seen that due east motion like we saw back on April 15th. And it seems like the mean wind flow is carrying these to the northeast. So clearly, there is great danger here to Carrollton and Gordo and maybe Reform. This could pass south of there, but I can't assure you that. So we want everybody in Pickensville, Carrollton, Gordo, Reform to be in a safe place until these storms pass.
Just saw a report come over Twitter that Coleman Regional Medical Center may have taken a direct hit.
Goodness gracious. Hey, let's go back to that John Brown video. And I'm trying to look at those signs to determine where he is. Okay, apparently John is northwest of Pickensville. He is on that storm, all right? Look at the lowering here. All right, I mean, we are looking at what could be a tornado right there. This is in Pickensville. This is the southern storm that is in Pickens County. Again, this is a live stream from our Skywatchers, John Brown and Mike Wilhelm. This is a very dangerous storm in the vicinity of Pickensville, moving steadily northeast, and this could be a large tornado. We're going to watch this together, and the thing that always bothers us, you see those people driving. Nobody has any business today driving close to any of these large circulations. Okay, we got John now, and it looks like he is close to Alabama 86 and Alabama 14. Is that the intersection, Jason? I think that's where they are from getting the traffic on the Skywatch. John says it does not appear to be down at this point. Again, you're watching a severe storm with a wall cloud and potentially a tornado underneath that. And John is in Pickensville. This is in Pickens County in far west Alabama. This is the storm that is moving up toward Carrollton and Gordo. And we are encouraging everybody in Pickensville, in Carrollton, Reform, Gordo, to be in a safe place until this thing passes. And again, John he's going to stay on the backside of the storm where it's safe. And we're going to watch it both from the live camera perspective and from the radar perspective. But again, this is a very dangerous storm that is coming into Pickens County right now. We're getting more reports of serious issues in Coleman County and the city of Coleman.
And James, I got a report from Greg Nordstrom of Mississippi State. He's out chasing tornado on the ground, headed in the vicinity of Aliceville, but he's lost the visibility on it.
Yeah, they're all